Welcome to another episode of Unlocking the Mind Behind Make More, Work Less. Hi, my name is Fong. I'm an entrepreneur, business strategist, real estate investor, speaker, and also a best-selling author. And every single day, I help others unlock the potentials and guide them to succeed. Today on Unlocking the Mind, we talk about another cognitive bias. And the reason why I have this show is so that we can better understand how our minds work, how to make better decisions, how to build better relationships, and also to avoid ourselves from falling into cognitive traps. For today's cognitive bias, I'm going to ask you a quick question. Should you ever go to a grocery store and shop for groceries on an empty stomach? Most likely you're going to say no. Well, that's usually the right case. But have you ever gone against that impulse? Have you ever gone against that thought process thinking, you know what? I'm going to be fine. I can restrain myself. I'm not going to overbuy. And then you go. And then more likely than not, you end up buying more food than you thought you needed. And you come back with more junk food. You come back with more stuff that you shouldn't have bought to begin with because you went on an empty stomach. And that is the restraint bias. Why? Because our brains, when we're doing an estimation on our restraint abilities, it's a logical thought. It's a cognitive thought. It's a reasonable thought. But once you're right there in the moment, all of a sudden, because you're hungry, it becomes an emotional thought. It becomes an impulse. It becomes a feeling. And when you put feelings, emotions, and impulse right up against logic and reason, feelings and emotions will always win. There's a great saying, how must this person feel first in order for them to do what you want them to do? Same thing. How must you feel before you are willing to do what you want to do? And because of that, that's why so many businesses, so many ads, so many advertising, marketing industries out there are focused on our emotions, are focused on our feelings, so that we go and do that impulse buy, so that we go and purchase a certain item that's based on our emotions. That's why when you go into a car dealership, they want you to go do a test drive so that you're emotionally attached to that car. And once they take it away, you feel that impulse to want to buy it right away. So the thing is, we have to keep our emotions and our feelings in sync with our reasons and our logic. Once we're able to do that, then we're able to make a decision that's not an impulse decision. The second thing is we have to accept the fact that our judgment on impulse behavior and our judgment on when our feelings and emotions are engaged is really bad. So once we accept that fact, sometimes we could take a step back and think about, wait a minute, am I basing this on an emotion decision or a feeling situation, or is it a reasonable or a logic decision? And if it's emotional and driven by feelings, then we can start bringing in that logic, that reason, so that we're able to make that right decision. So once we do that, we can avoid ourselves from falling into the restraint bias. Hopefully you like this episode on restraint bias and on another cognitive bias. And if you like this episode, please go back on some of my other Unlocking the Minds. And if you like Unlocking the Mind, please go and watch our Peak Potential Success Show, our Make More Mind Bites, and of course, the Master Mind Bites that's up every single week on my channel. Thank you very much for your support, your subscriptions, your likes, your comments. I love seeing those comments. So until next time, today is the day to unlock your peak potential. We'll see you later.